Good morning, this is Doc from Dr. Patrick Nave, and today we're going to talk about something that all of us struggle with. Think of this hot lava. All of us have seen volcanoes. When I used to live in Seattle, I'd go to Mount Baker, Mount Rushmore, Mount St. Helens, and you could see the potential for an earthquake with the lava that would come open from the volcano splitting open, or you could see the lava damage in Mount St. Helens. It was overwhelming. It was so destructive. Yet, in the midst of all that destruction, you could see how important it is to avoid it if it is at all possible. A lot of times we take this hot lava of something that someone has done to us and we internalize it. We literally swallow this hot lava and it burns our esophagus and it stays in our stomach, and it just creates this acid of agitation that turns into bitterness and anger. And so when we think back at what they did, it's like, ugh. Primarily because of the way our brain encodes trauma, it's stuck in our right hemisphere in terms of emotions and images, but it stirs up anything that we hold on to, right, in our gut, just creates this intense agony, pressure, everything that's less than good. And it just sort of stirs in there and it affects us. And because the vagus nerve goes from the back of our brain to our gut, this signal of anxiety is being sent back and forth, and it just puts us in a very bad place. We have to get rid of this lava of bitterness that's inside of us. Unfortunately, it does involve forgiveness and letting things go. It doesn't mean that you just wave a magic wand and it's gone. Some of us have to process, and it takes a long time. But we have to be willing to begin the journey. It doesn't mean you drop your boundaries. It doesn't mean you have to have relationships with those that have hurt you. But it does mean you have to find peace in the midst of it. Because we can either choose to get better, or we will become more and more bitter. So how do we do that? Well, you have to be willing to heal. You want to get better. Your healing has nothing to do with the events or the people that have done something to you. You have to separate them, and you have to let the people or the events go to the best of your ability. You have to forgive them, which for me means I take that event or that person and I place it into the hands of God and say, God, you've got it. I let go, and you'll do what's just and right. And I just believe that. So then I have to move away from that. And then I have to pray, I have to meditate, I have to ask to let it go. Sometimes I have to ask a blessing on the person, unless it's too traumatic. But I have to just ask God, pry my fingers off this, get this bitterness out of me. Let me spew the lava out in a healthy way and process it, because I want to be free. I no longer want that negative energy eating a hole inside of my soul, making me aggravated and bitter and just ruining my positivity of the day. I don't want to be a negative person. I want to be a positive person. So I have to begin the process of letting it go. So make a list of things that you're holding on to and start to process each one. For many of us, we're going to need a therapist. So find a good therapist that's cognitive behavioral, in my opinion, and process through it. Let it go. Find the peace which passes all understanding deep inside. Because when you set yourself free, what an amazing life we can live, no matter what has happened to us. The past does not dictate the future. We have to deal with consequences, yes, but it doesn't guarantee anything about the future. We can choose each day to make today the best day possible. So have a great day. Peace. Doc out.